I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to a far more happy, smiley Redmen TV after Liverpool demolish David Moyes' 10-year anniversary party at Anfield. Thanks to Steve and Gerrard.
10 more years.
10 more years. Oh, you know what? I'm really sorry, Blues, watching, because there will be a few yet. You know what, I can't even keep a straight face and say that. Right, let's get into some of your Facebook comments. First and foremost, Lewis Davis says, sweet victory, Kelly was a fucking beast. Mike, what have you got?
Mate, I've got a few fucking belters, like from Stuart Crossing. When the going gets tough, Stevie Gerrard gets going. Legend, you'll never walk alone.
He's right. And there was me writing him off last week. Yeah, over. His career's over. Never going to be the same again. Anyway, Kenny Warren says, in similar vein, actually, just when you thought Stevie G had lost it, he goes and gets a hat-trick. What a legend.
Yeah. Got a bit of a long one from Rodrigo Costa.
Get stuck in, Mike.
At last, we had Gerrard, Suarez and Carroll playing together. 2 games with them. This is my bit here. I assume he means home games. Cargo finally play together as well. And 9 goals. Yeah. Hope Kenny has realised that we need them. That's all. Brilliant performance from Stevie tonight. You never walk alone.
I think, yeah, obviously a lot of praise for Steven Gerrard, and rightly so. Anyway, to round up from me, Omar Abdul Kadir says, great game. Why the fuck can't we play like that all the time? It's a very important question.
Very good point, yeah.
Henderson a bit iffy, but a great through ball to Luis to set up the goal. Martin Kelly, man of the match for me, even though Steven Gerrard scored 3. Oh yeah, happy 10th anniversary David Moyes. Twat. You'll never walk alone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kelly, man of the match. Probably not. Definitely Steven Gerrard. But I can understand that. We'll get onto that in a minute. Anyway, last from you.
From Julian Cardenas. Woo! A bit of Ric Flair there. The Reds were thumping and Stevie went Blues humping. Blue and white shite. Blue and white shite. Hello. Hello.
Blue and white shite. Indeed. Excellent. Very nice way to round up there. Thanks very much for your comments. If you've got any more thoughts on the game, please do leave them in the comments section underneath. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I was saying in the build-up to this, game, I was so miserable, and there was literally nothing I could do to G myself up for this game. I was in the pub. I was opening a little pre-match chat with me dad and my uncle. Normally fires me up, but it couldn't. And I had to get the ground. Yeah. And once we were there, the atmosphere was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, after Saturday's performance, I think we had it was a bit of doom and gloom, especially here, wasn't it, as well? But 3 defeats on the bounce in the league can build that. Yeah. And I think tonight, after the doubts we raised about Kenny's selections, got a spot on tonight. Local lads in the team, all throughout. Kelly, Cara, Stevie, Spearing.
You can't fault the selection at all there. There's not one player, and it goes back to toward the end of the game. Obviously, they made 3 substitutions, 3 panic substitutions, which it was good. They had that, obviously put a lot of his best players on the bench. Very, very. I mean, any Blues watching, I'm sure we're not going to get a sensible conversation out of you. But what did you think of Moyes' starting 11? Because I mean, just from our perspective, having the likes of Zente and his love child Kale on the bench seemed a bit strange. But I thought, what are we going to do here? There was no one I would specifically look to change. But as Chris often points out, the problem is you shouldn't make a change when you need to make a change. You need to make a change beforehand to keep your momentum going. And Dirk Cow for Henderson was a perfect substitution.
It was spot on. I don't think there was no one. I was speaking to our kid just before we came on here, and there was no one you could pick out and say he needs to come off the pitch, because Hendo, first 15 minutes he was giving the ball away, but he got into the game after that, and he was a pivotal in the second goal.
Well, the thing of it is, Hendo, at half time he was fucked. Yeah. And because he ran his bollocks off in that first half, and you know what, few of his passing, and he did have some straight passing, and the start of the second half his passing was woeful for
I don't know if you saw where I was sat. he took a knock early in the first half on his hip, and he was holding his hip for a long time.
That what it was like? Because obviously, you missed that. Obviously, if you've watched it on the TV, you might have seen that. But the view from the cop is very much a one way. Like, but it wasn't the fact that he was, his crosses maybe wasn't quite cut off, and his passing wasn't quite cut off, but he was trying stuff and he was linking up, and he looked great with Kelly as well. And I mean, and it was mentioned there, Martin Kelly. What a player.
Well, you look at Everton and Baines and Pienaar is their danger side and the left hand side. I mean, before Pienaar went to Tottenham, that was the crux of their team, wasn't it? That was where the bulk of their play came from, and we quashed that tonight. And then obviously Hendo would obviously run his legs, I think, and then Dirk comes on, and you know what you're going to get from Dirk on the right wing. Yeah. And he short things up, didn't he?
You'd have to say though, from a Liverpool perspective, anyone who's, questioned Luis Suarez, I don't think he's been in great form since he's come back from his ban. But anyway, anyone any doubt that he's just unbelievable. I mean again, Chris, he's not here. I hope he's watching. He said he doesn't get his head up enough. He gives Steven Gerrard his hat-trick there. By all accounts, he should just slot it. He's got an open chance. It might be on his left foot, but he brings it back on his right, and everyone's like, "What the fuck's he doing?" And then he squares it. Gerrard slots it, hat-trick. Amazing.
We discussed this the weekend. I mean, I think there was two ways of looking at Luis Suarez. One, he was ball greedy, or two, he gets his head up. There's no one there, so he carries on. But today he got his head up, and Gerrard, we were getting people into Gerrard was there in the box, wasn't he? And
well, that was exactly what you said. No one supporting the attack, and it was nice to see. That's the first time I've really seen Suarez and Gerrard link up. And you know what? It was actually because Torres and Gerrard was a great partnership, but that was a partnership in a completely different way. Yeah. It was nice, and it was
Gerrard
exciting.
playing on Torres. Whereas now it looks like Suarez is the one getting to them and cutting it back, and Gerrard's realised, hang on a second.
Luis Suarez must be buzzing his tits off. Finally, he does a little bit of work, and he's got someone to pass the fucking ball to at the end.
Can I just say though, someone who made that crux or that partnership pivotal today was Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll was immense today.
What did you make of the big man's performance? I personally thought he was great. You thought he was great?
He fucking dominated Screech in the air today.
Dominated.
Mr. Belding would have had fucking words with him.
You're not even going to be saved by 10 bells there, dickhead. Yeah, absolutely dominated. It was it was tactical, and again, going back to this, we were maybe saying that the tactical nous didn't seem to be there for Liverpool in recent weeks, but Andy Carroll was pulling off the front and just bossing.
Well, when they were humping it long as well, he was dropping back, wasn't he, in front of the back foot in the almost the role that Lucas takes up.
Yeah.
And when he walls, Lucas wins in the air, and he was there
defensively. Love it, absolutely love it. Like literally.
I did say when I was sat as well in the first half, I did call Leighton Baines a hobbit. He looked at me.
He does a little bit of a beetle cutted hobbit, like yeah. No, it was great to see Screech Powers, old Dustin Diamond, getting bummed by the big man. It was a great performance all round. There's not a player in that pitch that I could fault. Jamie Carragher was excellent at the back. Pepe Reina had absolutely frig all to do, but again, his distribution was fine. He had one little sticky moment in the first half from a cross or a corner, and he did enough. He got away, he didn't score, so I'd say that was job done. You know what? And we can say that because we won and we kept the clean sheet. Great performance. Obviously, Steven Gerrard is the standout candidate for man of the match. I don't think you can look
first Liverpool player to score a hat-trick in a derby since the mighty Ian Rush in 1986.
There you go. You see that? Look at that. Don't get that from Pajak, do you? Statistic. And funnily enough, interesting, the form guy went out the window. There was a person on Twitter,
Blue Bain, I do believe, who called me a specky twat.
Well, and told you to shove your form guide up your arse. I think they were worried.
I pulled it out his ma's arse, mate. And where are you now, son?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Nice to see you. Apparently, I'm not one to normally track down trolls and that, but I think he's from Ireland.
Is he?
Which makes him Everton's only day tripper.
The only Everton fan not from County Road.
Shock, you heard it here first. On that bombshell, we shall leave you. Please do let us know, Chris said, what you thought of the performance. How happy are you? Do you think this is the sort of performance we need to maybe not necessarily turn our season around, but certainly keep a smile on our face for the rest of the season? Obviously, FA Cup coming up on Sunday, Stoke is at Anfield again. We'll be back with a preview of that show Wednesday night, hopefully, if not that, Thursday morning, because we've got to sleep sometime. Hopefully, Spirit of Shankly's Jay McKenna should be in the studio. Barring any working complications, Mike will be back, and the same for Chris Pajak. Hope to join you there, and we should just leave you on a little song. Something about wiping away all their tears.
No trophies for 17 years.
No trophies.
Tell your ma.
No trophies for 17 years. Tell your ma, your ma. Tell your ma, your ma. To wipe away all your tears. No trophies for 17 years. Tell your ma.